Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Do You Even Read? With my co-host, Inkspots. What's going on, brother? How you?
I'm good, man. Good. Chilling. I'm chilling.
Yeah, totally.
We're gonna talk about the itsy bitsy spider.
Yeah, this we're talking about a fucking great run of comics tonight.
So good.
Yeah, this run really kind of redefined the character of Spider-Man. Like it redefined the character wholeheartedly, and kind of changed the way everybody kind of looked at Parker and his powers. I mean, it even changed the way Spider-Man himself looked at his powers.
Oh yeah. It's so good. Straczynski killed it. JR Jr. was at the top of his game back then. Scott Hanna did some really great slick inks over him. So yeah, good
and
stuff.
On top of that, J. Scott Campbell covers for like the entire run.
Mm-hmm.
Like holy shit,
Very
man.
cool. I mean, J. Scott Campbell is known for how he draws women, but just his figure drawing ability is out of this world. He draws great
the
men
cartooning
as well. So
yeah, storytelling. Let's say hi to the chat real quick. We got a nefarious hail, nerds. Yes, you were first, sir. You were the first one. Yeah. You got American Comics. Hail, American Comics. Welcome. And Jason, being that he can't see, he said first. Not quite, but close. Let's see. I was robbed in the New York subway. Oh, that's terrible. Hopefully you're okay. What's up, Flying Feline? Skull, beautiful. Thanks for coming to hang out. Alex BRB says he can't stay, but he wanted to pop in and say hail. Much love to the chat and panel. Well, thanks for popping in, man. Appreciate you.
Hey, Flying Feline. What's up, man? What's up?
Let's see. More panel! All right. I don't know if we'll get a Matt Barr this evening. Matt may be doing his thing with that big project, getting it delivered.
He's big time. Twice Emmy nominated.
Twice Emmy nominated. That is correct. I mean, it's a big job, and he takes pride in his work, and I know that he fucking worked hard on that, and actually had Flying Feline's son helping him out with that.
Yeah.
Tree
was cool.
was helping him get the canvases set up. Looked like a really fun, cool project. So let's see. Oh, Rob from my first to arrive, like in the sub. Ah, okay, I got you, American Comics. I got you. All right, so let me go ahead and share this window here. Kitty, no, this is my footstool. You cannot have it. All right, check it out. This cover, like right off the bat, look at this cover, man. Like,
oh yeah.
Look at the storytelling. The storytelling in this cover. Let's see what this. Did that work better? No, that is worse. It is objectively worse. Anyway, so right off the bat, oh my God, there's a J. Scott Campbell Spider-Man cover, because up until this point, you wouldn't really see that. J. Scott Campbell had been doing his own stuff. He'd been doing Danger Girl. He'd been doing a cover here and there, but nothing like this really. This was kind of a shock, and yeah. So.
Yeah, I mean,
fucking
look at all the faces, and yeah, it's great.
But I mean, look at this pose. What do you remember the Milo Manara Spider-Woman cover?
I don't.
Spider. Oh, look, here's... See, somebody already made the... Okay, I'm gonna bring this up real quick. Hang on. So you'll notice that the pose what is going on here is share window from okay. I guess you can't really see. See, the pose is strikingly similar, you know, and you know people were complaining about this one, the Milo Manara one, simply because you know Milo Manara is known for drawing European porn comics.
Oh, okay,
You know?
that makes
so
sense.
there was an uproar about there's the cover. There is the actual cover. It was a variant cover. And the logo is literally covering her backside, right?
Why did they hire that guy? He's not very good.
It's Milo Manara. He's a legendary. I'll tell you about Milo Manara.
Because this image isn't very good.
But anyway, you'll see that that's very similar to the pose that Spider-Man is in on this cover. And that was the basic argument. Everybody was like, but, Spider-Man's in this pose all the time. Spider people contort like this. It's weird for all of them to do this. But, we accept it on Spider-Man. It's literally the same pose. So anyway, moving on. This is a great fucking issue. Starts off with I love these tall panels, dude.
Oh yeah.
Like
I mean,
yeah.
I don't know what it was, but he was drawing Spider-Man before this for a while, and I just wasn't digging it. It didn't look that great. And then something happened when Straczynski came on, and he just got motivated, and he just did better, like way better.
Well, it's an excitement, man. You can tell that he's excited to work on this, because there's in this opening scene right here, there is so much energy, in just these little like look at he just moved into this apartment, right? So look at the storytelling. Got a sheet over the window, boxes everywhere, Aunt May's calling to talk to him, but he can't answer the phone right now.
Yeah, I even like you can look how good he drew that glove. You can tell that you can feel the weight of the glove, and as he's pulling it on, it's very cool.
You can see the stretch. You can see the sliding of the fingers into the It's fucking great, man. And then I know this won't do it justice because it's broken up into two, but it's our background image. Oh, that almost works. Look at our background.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a great image right there too. Him just bam.
Yeah, it is. That was such a cool 2-page spread to come across in the book. Just opening up and look at the city and the perspective, how it changes as it goes back. Up in here. Look at that. Like, holy shit, dude.
And it's very simple. It's all silhouetted, but it looks rad.
But I mean, it works. Because it's nighttime and the lights are on, and you got bright lights up there, but or down there, but up here, it's...
No one draws legs like J.R. Jr. Like he has his own little formula or something.
it works, man. He's got it where it works. So he's got to get away. He's got to get up and get away. So he's swinging through the city, just out. I don't even care where I go. I just want to go, and I'm not going to stop until I get tired. Unfortunately, it takes a real long time for me to get tired. By that time, I could be in New Jersey. I don't even know anybody in New Jersey. So he finds this old abandoned building, and he's just like, you know, kind of thinking to himself. He's like, of course, if I had pockets, stuff would fall out every time I did this. Okay, so maybe I could have pockets with zippers, maybe Velcro. Yeah, that'd work. I'd be creeping up behind somebody, have to get something out. Zip. What's that smear on the wall, Mommy? That used to be Spider-Man, honey. What killed him? A zipper. Some said Velcro, but the Daily Bugle said it was a zipper, and I believe the Bugle. Wow, he must have been real stupid, huh? Yes, honey, he was. Sigh. And so anyway, he's talking to himself, and he basically just takes out his frustration on this building and demolishes it.
Demolishes the freaking building,
just takes out his fucking rage.
He's like listening to Limp Bizkit right now. Break! I want to break stuff.
Give me something to break. About your fucking face. Yeah.
Just trashing
so
it.
he was just destroying it. Maybe I better go now. So this is a great bit right here. I love this.
I like
get that crane over there. We got 6 hours to tear this place to.
Yeah. I like this part here. Like,
okay, lunch.
Yeah, that was a good little bit of storytelling there. That's funny.
I love the cartooning of this guy with that giant unibrow and like the face. I don't know, just it's great story. Look at the hair. All right, here it's kind of normal, and then here it looks like it's getting blown around. You know. Yeah. I mean, I love that's when you can tell an artist is having fun, when they're putting in that kind of detail, when they're I don't know, delving into that minutia of storytelling.
Yeah, and the colorist did did a great job on this series. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't. Let's see. Who was the colorist? Dan Kemp and Avalon Studios are on the colors. Yeah.
Yeah, especially that last page with all the yellow and oranges. I really like that last page.
Well, I mean, that 2-page spread that I used as our background there. You know, that's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that page just looks really nice. Like, I don't know, just looks good. Did a good job.
Well, it's good comic booking, man. You know, it's well done. You know, little stuff like this is what makes your story feel, I don't know, fleshed out and lived in my opinion.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What's going on, Woodrow? Welcome, sir. Thanks for coming to hang out.
What's up, Frog G?
Assphobia. What's up, Passmaster Dan? And welcome, Frog G. Just hopping by on my way to work to say, tickle the algorithm, smash the like, dingle the bells, and subscribe. Yes, indeed. Thank you, Frog G. Appreciate you, sir. Be safe on your way to work, sir. All right. So he's wandering around. He's like, I need to eat something. And he's kind of like back in his old neighborhood at a diner that he used to go to when he was a kid, you know. People picking on Puny Parker.
Getting nostalgic, yep.
Yep. Then he comes across his old high school. And, you know, as you can see, it's looking a little derelict. It's looking a little
rough.
Worse for wear. Yeah, a little rough. A little rough. And so, you know, very similar scene here, you know, very familiar to him. And, you know, he's trying to pick up his books, and they're, like, picking on him and whatnot. And so Parker intervenes, of course, because that's what he does. And it's the kind of person he is. And, you know, kids are like, whatever, man. Call the cops. You go to jail.
Yeah, they're not scared of him.
Yeah, not at all. You know, not at all. And this poor kid's like, yeah, now it's worse because you've intervened. So, you know, I hate them, I hate you, I hate this life, everything sucks. I gotta go to class. Meh. PE teacher's like, yeah, you fucked up, yo. Evolve or die. That's what he says.
Yeah. The colors look great on that too. And I love that they left the white border panels on that.
Mm-hmm.
Like nowadays, everybody colors the border panels. I love white border panels. It's just a classic, bold look. It's like,
Well, you know, and it lets the images breathe. You know, it's not so intense and claustrophobic.
Yeah.
I understand if, like, what you're telling is it's supposed to be tense and it's supposed to be claustrophobic, then do it. Then fill it in. But, I mean, let your images breathe otherwise. You know, it's a good ebb and flow. You know?
yeah. I think McFarlane kind of, an image guys kind of started, the colors over there kind of started with, getting rid of it because it felt too old school or something. But I really like it. I like it a lot.
Well, again, I do too. But again, I feel like it use it appropriately for the story. You know.
Yeah. True.
Don't just flounce it about willy-nilly. Jason says JRGR does a great Spidey.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does.
He's been getting some flack lately, but he's been doing it forever. He's getting old.
Man.
He's getting old.
You know, yeah. There's an ad.
Missed one.
Yeah, I missed one. Let's see. Spidey doing Spidey stuff, hanging out, webbing himself upside down.
He finds them same kids stealing a car.
Yep, they're trying to jack a vehicle.
Teach him a little
he
lesson.
uses his little spider light.
You notice he doesn't, JR Jr. does not use the spaghetti webbing.
No.
He doesn't use the McFarlane webbing. That's
no, it's because he learned how to draw spider webbing from his dad.
Yeah, from his
now,
dad.
actually, look at our background, though. There's a little bit of that. You see what I mean?
I guess a little bit, yeah.
Yeah. But he's got himself like webbed up, all around like the knees and stuff like that. So I mean, he's layered it on a bit more. So I mean, there's a little bit of the wrapping here, but I mean with JR's style, it works. It doesn't have to be super defined.
Yeah, Anton says, sometimes I think that the indie guys put too much text on panels on a page because they don't have the funds to pay for more pages and compress the story as a consequence. That's true. Yeah, I know that's true sometimes, but also, though, look at how wordy this comic. There's a lot of text in this comic.
A lot of this is him thinking, Parker thinking.
But it's also really well written, so you don't feel like you're just laboring. Like I've read books where it's like, all right, I'm just gonna skip like 10 panels because I don't feel like reading all this. So this isn't labored. It's like it's got a good flow to it and stuff.
That's because Straczynski's he's a good storyteller, man. He was for those not familiar with J. Michael Straczynski, he is the creator of Babylon 5.
Yep.
And a bunch of other stuff that I'm not familiar with, but he had a huge love for comics. Rising Stars is another comic series that he did.
I love that series.
Yeah, we should add that to the list, actually.
Yes. I almost have the whole run, but I'm missing like 3 in the middle.
Dude.
Yeah, I'm missing 3 in the middle, which sucks because I can't find them. And they switched artists so much on that series. I wish they would have been able to stick with one artist. It would have been better. I think.
Actually, after this run on Spider-Man, Straczynski had an entire line of comics over at Image. Joe's Comics is what he called it, and they had Midnight Nation over there. They had Rising Stars. There were a couple other ones that I can't think of off the top of my head, but those were the first 2 that I remember. So yeah.
Did Gary Frank draw a comic that Straczynski wrote? Okay, that
was Midnight Nation.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was thinking
Midnight
of,
Nation.
Yeah.
That was where I was first introduced to Gary Frank, I believe.
Yep.
At least that version of Gary Frank, because Gary Frank used to do Hulk comics, but he looked more like Keown's early stuff back then.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Romita Senior was like his thing was really for me like he drew women great. He drew the classic
they were bodacious, man.
Pin-up girls.
Yeah.
Yeah. He drew great women.
Gwen Stacy, Mary Jane. I mean, that's that's why people would tolerate watching Parker get put through the ringer.
I didn't like his Spider-Man. It was too bubbly for me. It was a more bubbly kind of Spider-Man.
Well, I mean, it's more classic superhero proportions. Yeah. That was Romita Senior all the way.
Yeah.
It's like
but
it's
women,
like the difference between
his women.
It's like the difference, yeah, for sure. Just sexy on me. God, that is disturbing as all hell, Jason. Thank you.
The movies made you feel dirty because you wanted to bang Aunt May, and you shouldn't want to bang Aunt May.
Well, I mean, you'll see what Aunt May used to look like, in the comics. So maybe you'll all rethink that because it's definitely not Marissa Tomei. So anyway, Spider-Man scared the shit out of these kids, and slow down, I can't keep up. Jeez, man, I wet him. Slow down. Like this dude pissed himself.
Oh yeah.
So that's one small.
And he uses the spider signal light. Too. Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Some classic stuff.
This is how you can tell that Straczynski's having a lot of fun with this as well. Like he's really getting into this character because I read an interview with him right before this run started, and he grew up reading comics, but he had to hide them from his dad because his dad thought they were a waste of time. They're not real. They're not novels. They're not books. You're not learning. And I don't know if he went away to college or something like that, and his dad found his comics and just threw them all out, or he got in serious trouble about it or something like that. And he was never allowed to read comics, after that. And then he became a writer, a TV producer, and all that. And he always talked about how much he loved Spider-Man, one of his favorite characters, and he would love to write Spider-Man, and Marvel reached out to him. This is one of the cool things that Quesada did during his tenure. I will give him props for that. He found cool writers to come in and actually do cool shit. Back before it was, the propaganda mess that it is now. It was just about telling good stories and entertaining people.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Spider-Man's quipping to himself, that's one small step for a spider, one giant leap for geek kind. I suppose you're feeling rather proud of yourself right now.
We get to see Ezekiel for the first time.
Understandable. I would too, even if it's a waste of a nice night and your talent, Peter. So, he goes through this whole thing. He's like, he can't move. He's like, it's not just that the dude snuck up behind him because of his spider sense. That makes it impossible. It's not that he called him Peter, which means he knows everything about his life. It's that he's sticking to the wall the same as Peter is. And I know what you're thinking. Well, metaphorically anyway. Am I a friend or an enemy? He pulls a Spider-Man move, flips himself back up, and he takes off like Spider-Man would. Putting his shoes on like we've seen. Like this is something that Parker used to do, like when he was late for something, trying to get to, So that this is classic, stuff going on, and we're seeing it from a character that we don't know. Who is this guy? Who are you? I was about to ask you the same question. Oh, I know who you are, but that's not who you are.
Yeah,
look, buddy, I'm not saying you're right or wrong. Would you mind not announcing that so loud? All right, secret identity and all that. Sorry, sometimes I forget. Now, who the hell are you? My name is Ezekiel, and I have a question for you. Do you know why people use the expression as dangerous as giving a loaded gun to a small child? It's not because the child is especially malicious or because he wants to knock over a bank. It's because the child does not comprehend the power he holds in his hand. And neither do you. Like, look at the way the story, like what he was saying, and the separation, and neither do you. That's the way the panel is zoomed out because it's been close, like catching up, and then,
yeah,
this definite thump.
I love the way that figure on the top panel is breaking the border, and then everything else is kind of contained as it goes. That's very cool.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah.
Just
good
the pacing.
storytelling.
Yeah, the pacing
So
and the storytelling is just, it's in
Yeah.
sync between writer and artist.
You have two masters just knocking one out of the ballpark, man. It's good
Firing
stuff.
on all cylinders, man. You know. Antoine Dennison says I would bang original Ant-made book or film.
Dirty boy. You dirty,
Right.
dirty boy.
And he says he agrees. He thinks the guys that did the romance comics have much more grounded layouts and pacing.
Yeah, because look what they were working with. They're working with romance comics. I would think that they had to, I don't know, entertain themselves somehow to draw that kind of book. I mean, it seems like that would be the worst assignment to get. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you also they also needed to entertain the readers. What's up, Edwin? Thanks for coming to hang out, man. But they had to entertain the readers, you know. I mean, and if the writer and artist are entertained and having fun making the product, then that energy will translate to the audience. They will have fun reading it. I mean, look how much fun we're having going over this. Like, there's still fun energy radiating off of this book. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and this is a hard one to find. You can find it, but you got to buy a huge ass trade because this ran all through the titles at the time. So they kind of got this story all mixed up in there, but it was a great story.
It was a great story. I was getting all the Spider-Man titles at the time, so it's especially this one. This one was coming in the mail. Antoine says, so the guy's an old Parker? He would still recognize him if that were the case. Read on! There are only so many shots of Ben Spread Eagle. It's giving me K1. You bring your ukulele, let's rock. You don't get to do action shots. You have to keep people engaged with clever comedy. Yeah, exactly.
It's true,
so they had to entertain themselves and the readers. Got to keep people engaged, man. So it continues jumping on, and he loses his shoes. Darn, there goes my shoes again. And so he's careful. There's a rusty nail over there, and it's just Parker's watching him, like, how is this person doing exactly what I do? And he's not evil. He's almost joyful about it. You know.
This is J.R. Jr.'s best stuff, in my opinion. I think this is his best run of books that he did. Like, this was the peak.
Yeah.
Look at that. That top panel, so great.
This one?
Oh, yeah. It's great. Breaking two, like, you got the motion jumping, boom, you get the motion towards the reader, coming from one panel to the other panel. Just really good. Good stuff.
Hell yeah. It's just, it's absorbing, you know, and carries you around. So he's asking him, how did you get your powers? I was bitten by a radioactive spider. Aha. That's what I thought. That explains why you've handled it this way. Now here's another question for you. Look, I've just about had it with, oh wait, you'll like this one, trust me. Oh, there's another ad. I guess I didn't get all the ads. Did you perform an autopsy on the spider? No, it got pretty much smashed. Had you ever seen the spider before? No. Now look, there are 3 steps in knowledge. There's what we think, what we know, and what we can prove. You think you got your powers from a radioactive spider bite, and you may believe you know it to be true, but can you prove it? You think I got these powers and suits out of the bottom of a box of Cracker Jacks? It happened right after I got bit. You're still missing the point. This is the point. This is the $5 billion question. I'm about to yank your chain like nobody else has ever before and nobody ever will again. So listen carefully. Did the radiation enable the spider to give you these powers? Or was the spider trying to give you those powers before the radiation killed it? Which came first, the radiation or the power? The chicken or the egg or the power? I don't know. The question hits me like a punch in the stomach. All these years, I had never considered that possibility. I'd never even thought about it. I just assumed And that's a good start for the night. And he just jumps off the building. And he's gone. Nobody pulls a fast fade like that. Nobody but me. And he's screaming. And the tall panels again. I love this. I love the storytelling of this. You know,
tall panel is a hard panel too. It's a hard panel to like fit what you're trying to do in there.
So, but it works so fucking well, especially when you're doing something like this. Look at the I don't know. Look at the atmospheric perspective here with these buildings. I love that I love what you can do with a tall panel like that.
Yeah.
So
he only had to draw 3 panels.
Right? But I mean, they're well done fucking panels, man.
Yeah, I love that last one there.
Yeah. He's saying he showed up now because now is the time you need to understand. Because understanding is the only thing that may help you survive what's coming. And that's an awfully big may help. So he's like making his way back home and he's just thinking about what the hell. And he's talking about how, you know, he doesn't trust anyone, but he didn't feel like this person was, you know, trying to harm him. But he's been
my door.
okay. He's been fooled before. So, and anyway, you've got this dude Dex. He's paying to harbor a boat in the harbor. And paying for, you know, privacy and nobody coming to bother him. You know, so.
There's the guy right
we
there.
See, yep, and here we see Moreland.
I love this part where he's like, this is like his, this German superhero. It's like been his snack pack as they went across the ocean.
No, I can't. I have no more to give. Please. Yeah, you do. And he drains the fucker. Do not mourn, really. Whoever heard of a German superhero anyway? And so he's now look at this fucking evil looking motherfucker. I mean, Hannah did some great inks on this. I love the line work, the shading, the hatching around the face and mouth. Like, this is just rad.
Yeah, I've seen J.R. Jr.'s pencils, and they're pretty loose. So a lot of how the piece looks is up to the inker, whoever's inking him. So I think Hannah did a great job. Just really slick on some stuff.
Yeah, I agree. So he's saying, going to the lights of the city and eat and drink, and then tomorrow we will search for his replacement, which he's going after Spider-Man. And look, it's a letters page. Remember when they used to do that?
Yeah, man.
They don't anymore.
Nope.
All right, next issue. What's up, Pops? Welcome. And the King League. Welcome. Series. This is from Volume 2 of Amazing Spider-Man. Let's see. Yeah, Volume 2 of Amazing Spider-Man, or Legacy number 472. Yes, it is confusing. I know. I hear this often.
That's a great cover, too.
Yeah, it is. Let me get this. Yeah. There we go. So he's sitting there zoning out, thinking about Ezekiel. Yeah, this is an awesome cover. Again, Campbell knocking it out of the park. And He's having fun too. I mean, look at all the stuff he put in this. I mean, you can see the periodic table, Einstein, you know, radioactive. Yeah. Anyway,
I wonder how he did that. If he had to draw like a separate picture for the light on the wall there, and then they had to colors to superimpose it.
oh, probably.
Yeah.
That would be my guess. Yeah, little spider down here.
Oh yeah, cool.
So yeah, he's zoning out, thinking about his encounter with Ezekiel.
Dude, these pages are so good.
Yeah. And there's Aunt May. That's what Aunt May looks like in the comics.
Kissy, kissy.
This is what Aunt May's looked like for, you know, long time. Except for in that Trouble book, which did not do all that well. But anyway, she's basically saying that, yeah, I'm used to you kind of zoning out, and I wait, and I repeat myself. So do you want this last egg? She's asking him why he's zoning out, and he's trying to think of what he can say to tell her. He hates that he has to lie to her, but it's necessary. So he talks about his nostalgic trip to the school, you know, and what the school meant to him, you know, back then. And so he zones out again, and she's like, I said I was talking to Miss Chanfer the other day. I went away again, didn't I? Yes. Oh. So yeah, it's just good character interaction. So what are you suggesting? Not a thing. Yes, you are. No, I'm not. But if I were, aha! So anyway, she's suggesting that he go be a substitute teacher.
Yep.
And apparently Ezekiel is distracted as well. He's at his board meeting, so we get to know a little bit more about Ezekiel and what he's doing here.
A bazillionaire.
Yeah.
He's used his powers to make money where Peter hasn't been able to.
Yep. And so they all turn around, and as he basically gets a ballpark figure of what he's got. He's $523,740,000 in change.
Drop in a bucket.
Yeah. So, turn around, Spider-Man swinging through the city. So yeah. So Morlun and Dex are out, you know, blending in, getting a feel for the city, and he sees Spider-Man. That's where shit gets.
Yeah. Like his spider sense is so overwhelming, just like telling him to like hide, like fucking get out of Dodge, man.
Mm-hmm. It's like nothing he ever felt before. See, and you know what I love about this? Classic fucking thought bubbles. Nobody does fucking thought bubbles anymore. I love this shit. It is such an effective way to, you know, to get a thought across, because, you know, everybody does like the narrative, you know, oh, it's that's what it is. But nah, that's not what the narrative box was supposed to be originally. The narrative box was just a little thing, unless, you know, the comic always had a narrator, you know, but it's just this little thing to kind of like a bumper, a story bumper. It wasn't supposed to always be the thought of the main character.
Usually it was Stan Lee's thought was in the box.
Basically.
Hello,
you know.
reader. Excelsior.
Usually, yeah. I remember when that person with a PhD in comics from Brown University was shitting on Chase Campbell's stuff as misogynist. Yeah, well, people do dumb shit on the internet for clout, don't they? Oh, man, looking good. Ew. You have fun, buddy. What's up, Skip?
Beef jerky.
Welcome. Inner monologue thought bubbles. Inner monologue better than thought bubbles. I like thought bubbles, man. I think they convey much better. I don't know. Whatevs. My comic will have thought bubbles. Nice. There you go. I don't know. It's a personal storytelling choice. Make the spider sense more like ESP. If a bullet's flying at him, sure. No. Look at Moreland's eyes. He did that on purpose. Moreland did that on purpose because he saw Spider-Man, and he's triggering the spider sense to overload because he knows that Spider-Man has it. He knows what he's looking for. Trust me. They can be. It's just, I don't know, maybe it's because it's classic storytelling to me. Like classic comics, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But, you know, to each their own. It can be overused, like if you're constantly... Like, it would get annoying with all of the internal monologue that Spider-Man's got going on. But in this instance, it works. At least in my opinion.
Yeah, I think it works. It works for me.
Did a telepathic dream sequence with thought bubble panels. There you go.
Look how crazy that leg in that bottom panel is. Like, yeah.
Oh, this one?
Yeah. Now that's a spider leg, man.
Yeah, seriously. Yep.
So Moreland
He's
is like almost like a vampire, kind of like
Yeah.
he needs like
Energy vampire.
yeah, and he needs all these different, like all these superheroes have like animal based powers, and he kind of feeds off of each different animal or each different totem, or I guess they tell you later on. Yeah.
Yeah, you eventually we get to the totem thing, but the way this story unfolds is fucking great. You know, so they're Moreland and Dex are sitting to, how was the croissant? Fine, good. Kill me, not today. Soon though, we'll see. So Dex wants to die. He hates working for Moreland.
He's the
Hates
Igor.
Moreland. Yeah, he's basically Igor. He's Renfield, except he hates his job. Drink your coffee. It's an orange mocha. An orange mocha? Ew, gross. Gonna make you drink awful coffee too. So Peter goes to the school, and he's trying to get. He saves the spider, puts it outside, but he's trying to sign up to be a substitute teacher, and somebody decides to shoot up the school.
Yeah, the school shooter stuff.
Yeah.
I think back then they were blaming it on bullying. I think it's just, whatever. But, yeah. It is kind of bold to put it in a comic book, though.
Yeah. He's in the room with the kids. He's talking to the kid about chemistry. He's like, "Look behind you." I'm thinking he can't hit what he can't see. What do you think? So they make like a smoke screen.
Yeah, and that's also the kid that was getting bullied, and so he gives him a chance to kind of be a hero and use like science to make the way that they kind of catch the bad guy.
Mm-hmm. Possibly. McFarlane really stretched the anatomy and gave him that those way out there proportions. So yeah, probably. Also blamed on video games. Yeah, the sound effects are great. What's up, some person? Welcome. Sentimental towards thought bubbles. I grew up with them. Exactly. Cough, cough, not fair. I swear I'm going to kill you. It was there right here. I mean, this is pretty great. I mean, Spider-Man's pretty lighthearted, but sometimes, we forget that he can really, he can come across as scary when he needs to. He can surprise and Terrify. Yeah. And
Yeah, it's surprising that Spider-Man's costume is like that. Like, you would think, like, Spider, like, Black Widow hiding in the shadows, like
that's why the black costume.
more of a stealth kind of character.
Yeah. I mean, but, you know, created in a time when superheroes were bright and garish.
Yeah.
You know? But yeah, that's why the black costume was always my favorite, because it fit. You know, that white spider, the white eyes, you know, kind of detached. What's up, Shelby? Welcome. Thanks for hanging out, man. Let's see. Nowadays, they would accuse J. Michael Straczynski of running violence against children.
True.
The coloring on this run extremely interesting. Yeah. It was.
Well, look at how he's colored there. The light wouldn't hit him like that because these are. It should like conform to his muscles, but it's not. It's like conforming to the shape of each individual web. You know what I mean? Like right by on his head even. Like it's like on each,
yeah.
Yeah. It's not like it should be a reflection, but it's not, and it's wrong. But it's the first rule of comics: make it look cool, and it looks cool. So
yeah,
it's right.
Yeah, and you know, kind of give it a little bit of a form. You know, because the movies did that. We're let's see, what year? This is 2006. So we're after like the Raimi Spider movies, yeah. So I mean, you know, trying to add a little bit of that dimensionality that the movies added to the costume. So yeah. But this is, you know, great Spider-Man bouncing around a page. You know, this is a 2-page spread. Bouncing around and then runs forward, and it carries you right into this panel where he grabs the shooter.
God, that's so good. Look at the wrinkles. It's freaking great.
Yeah.
Look at that. That second panel, you can tell he is pissed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's so good.
And it's just a kid, you know. They keep beating me up all the time. I can't take it anymore. Kid just snapped. Yeah. Talking to the kid, and heard you help save some of the kids. You know, so very introspective. Him thinking about that could have been Joey someday. You know, this dude quits as a teacher.
Yeah, he's out.
Like, fun. I had it.
Screw it.
My name's Peter Parker. I'm the new science teacher. So, you know, there he is. Dan Kemp and Avalon Studios were the ones that did this.
I don't know how believable that is. Like, they would just let a dude with no degree be a substitute teacher.
Well, he's got his resume right there. You know, all the science stuff that he's able to do. Let us page.
He doesn't have a teaching degree, though, man. That'd be like me going in there and be like, "Hey, I'm gonna teach you something." No, I never went to college.
Well, I mean, what do you have expertise in, man? You
plumbing, baby, coloring, drawing.
There you go.
Painting.
Right. That's the window. There we go.
Oh, I love this. I have this issue.
Yeah, look at this. See, and I remember getting this issue in the mail and looking at the cover thinking, what in the fuck?
Yeah.
But, you know, knowing, I mean, look at the blocks down here, all the different stuff, the storytelling that's going on. Given what I know about the story, like there's so much story on this cover. Yep. And it's awesome that they got J. Scott Campbell to do this.
Yeah, I have that last issue and I have this issue. Let's see.
Soul Saga Battle Chasers and Eve Proto Mecha. Oh, that's awesome. I love all of those books.
Oh yeah.
Thanks, Shelby. Oh yeah. All right, so this one starts off with some action. I mean, look at I love the city. Romita Jr. does a great job depicting New York, at least to me. I mean, I've never spent a lot of time in New York, but to me, it kind of. I know that he's lived there for forever, so I'm sure he's got a good sense of the city. But I don't know. Always felt good when he drew New York City for Spider-Man. So Spider-Man just yanks this dude right.
I love that crackhead dude's great.
What the?
JR Jr. draws the best crackheads. Good job.
Yeah. It's funny. Funny how I always have that effect on women.
Yeah, I like that little jokes. He made Spider-Man funny in this run.
Yeah.
And even Ezekiel's funny too. Yeah.
True. Very true. There's good banter back and forth. And it's not the, I think I'm Joss Whedon type banter. It's actual good banter. Yeah. What year? This is 2006. Oh wait, no. August 2001. Look at the indicia right here, down here at the bottom. So yeah, August 2001. So yeah, this is actually this is before 9/11.
Yep. Because they did the 9/11 special right after this, happened directly after this little run here.
Yeah, these first 5 issues that we're going over, this first 5 issues of Straczynski's run. Yeah, right after that, they did the black cover issue with 9/11 and the reaction too. And I tell you, I don't think they could have had a better person to write that issue than Straczynski. Straczynski handled that with aplomb.
Yeah, that was a good issue. I mean, he even had the villains coming in to help and stuff. It's pretty cool.
All right, so he webs this dude up. Let me go. See, the thing is, I'd love to hang out and continue this fascinating dialogue. Which would you prefer, unconscious or insulted? Pick one. Good choice. So the cops come around the corner and the fuck are you looking at?
Loser.
Humans are funny creatures. I really find this page interesting here. How they left this space for the indicia instead of it going all the way across the bottom like it normally does.
That is weird, huh?
Yeah, no, I love it. I think it's cool. I think it's working with the art. It's knowing what you're printing. It's knowing how you're printing. It's great. I love this stuff too. Putting the credits, working it into the artwork.
I read a lot of Marvel, a lot of the older Marvel comics don't credit anybody. There's no credits. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of the older comics in both Marvel and DC don't credit shit. It's all right, you gotta hope that.
Yeah, there was a Spider-Man, Punisher, Ghost Rider, I think, and they don't credit anybody in it, and it was Eric Larson did it, but there's no credits for anybody drawing, coloring, anything. It's just an issue.
Yeah, just I mean, sometimes they had people fill in, and they were just supposed to be, the people that were there the last issue, maybe, perhaps. I've always heard it pronounced Romita. John Romita Sr. and John Romita Jr.
Yep. Or just JR.
Dynasty, that's what it is. Joss Whedon banner is gayer than Ellen DeGeneres, Sister Jane Lynch. Yes, but it took over the everybody's, I don't know, everybody's ability to write dialogue. Everybody thinks they're fucking witty, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So, anyway. That doesn't mean don't try to have witty dialogue, if that's what your character would say, but don't push it. Not everybody, you know, has the same exact humor, and not everybody is super witty all the time. You know? Plums mess with my blood. Okay. Oh, because I said a plum. Yeah. Yep. Oh, nice. All right. So, here he is teaching his first class.
See, I love that color. It's like pastels,
Right.
and yeah, it just feels like a good page, man. I just like it. Turned out great.
Mm-hmm.
Good color palette.
Let's see.
I would never choose those colors. So, yeah, it's very cool.
I would never choose those colors, but nice and effective storytelling. Look, this is not exciting stuff that's going on, right? But it's still engaging. It still looks good, and you know the angles that he used, the kind of like regular angles, it kind of gets across that the kids are kind of bored. You know, they're not, you know. And I watch them, and I see the lights go out in the few eyes, just very few. Lights go on in a few eyes, you know. So he's going to have to work harder. I know he can get through somehow, you know.
Yeah.
So you can see the kids are bored, and then you know as the story progresses, the angles change. You know, yes, it's still just a regular scene, nothing super exciting going on, but notice how the storytelling of the angles change now that he's moving around and there's things happening. And Ezekiel shows up. What's a surprise? Friend here has just donated $100,000 to purchase new science equipment for the school. I would have donated a particle accelerator, but I couldn't fit it in the back of the car. Isn't that wonderful? Yeah, wonderful. Just wonderful how you are to track me down like this. Love to. I know just the place. So he's like, "What the fuck, dude? What are you doing? What are you doing here?" I don't know. I like pizza. Why are you doing this? Because I like pizza. It's not what I'm talking about. So yeah.
What's up, Brian?
Yo, Brian, what's going on, man? Welcome. There's a rumor that Sam Keith's name was supposedly pronounced Kaya.
Yeah,
But I
it's just
found
myself.
out Sam, was trolling some fans about it. That's fucking great.
What I like about this book is it's for, you have people that like the story in comics more than they care about the art, and then you have the opposite too. So this one kind of appeals to everybody.
Yeah,
I mean, it's got both. It's the whole package.
Mm-hmm. And like Antoine says here, there's a lot of text, but it doesn't feel claustrophobic. You know?
Yeah.
Basically, he's saying we're kindred spirits. I know things about your powers that you don't know. Fine, you want to talk? Go right ahead. He's like, it's the water that goes into the dough, not the mozzarella. Everybody knows that. You know, he's chiding him for like not knowing why the pizza's good. You know, it's like, whatever. It's the little things that Straczynski put into the characters to give them like that extra little punch. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And then this part where he's looking at the spider, talking to it. Oh, he's telling him to go talk to it. How do you know you can't? Have you ever tried? No. Go give it a shot. You're kidding. Is this the face of a kidder? Go on. So how's it going? Eating any good flies today?
And then they give a little tidbit of how Ezekiel got his powers. So it's not as pure as how Peter got his.
So if I'm the real deal, where do you fit into all this? Yeah.
Yeah, so he went through some kind of ritual to get his powers. Uncomfortable ritual.
Yeah, clearly an uncomfortable ritual. You know, but look
I love that page right there.
Yeah.
That page's cool.
I love the sepia tones they did it in.
Yep.
You know. Yeah, and I will say that the thought, the narration thought boxes here, they work perfectly for this. Offenders always hate the real deal. They may not even recognize the impulse for what it is, but it drives them to an almost pathological hatred to destroy that which they can never be.
Now this page, you went a little too far cartoony for me on these faces here.
On the faces? Well, I mean,
Yeah.
that's kind of how he draws faces, you know.
That's a honker right there.
This
look at that nose.
Oh, yeah. The world is built on a series of checks and balances, life and death, hunters and prey. Take out a particular insect out of a bird's environment, the only insect it can feed on, the bird dies. Just as there are totemistic forces, there are other forces that feed on them, and on their inheritors over the centuries, on people like you. This is where he's starting to tell him about Morland and Morland's people. Only a few of them still walk the earth. They are used to hunting down your kind. They have done so for uncounted centuries. They sustain themselves on lesser sources for a while, but every so often they must go back to the source, drink deeply, must feed completely. And you're saying that one of them has come here looking for me? Yes. You, to a lesser extent, I can sense his presence on an almost cellular level. I know you felt something wrong. So basically he's giving him the lowdown and telling him he's not prepared for this shit. Like you're not ready. Peter, you dress like a spider. This was not your best move. I mean, you put the source of your power right on your chest. Okay. What if Captain America called himself Super Serum Man, or the Hulk was Gamma Ray Man? All right, jeez. I was 15 years old. Cut me a little slack here. This is what I'm talking about. The good dialogue. You know, the actual. I don't know. You get a sense of Peter's character and Ezekiel's character by listening to them talk. You know, the pacing here, and Ezekiel is, tipping well wherever he goes.
Yeah.
You've got a Muzak version of Helter Skelter. I find it keeps the employees on their toes. Were you born into all this? So he tells him about he's thinking back to the time where he tried to be a big shot, and that's why he's not.
Yeah, this is where he's telling him, like, I'm surprised you didn't try to, like, use your power to get rich. And he's like, yeah I did. Didn't work out. So great.
Yep. It's a long story, but what matters is I learned something from my Uncle Ben taught me. With great power, there must also come great responsibility. And then what? And then what? With great power comes great responsibility. Right. So what comes with great responsibility? What's the other half of the equation? Power, freedom, guilt? I mean, you enjoy doing this, don't you? Of course not, he says with a smile. Yeah.
So he's basically built this, like, bomb shelter to protect Peter from Morland. And he's trying to get Peter to stay there instead of face him. But Peter's just not buying how powerful this guy is. He's not.
He doesn't get it.
It's not registering to it.
Yeah. Look, I appreciate your intention, but I'm not going to just hide from this guy. Who knows what he'll do while he's looking for me? I've faced guys who said they were going to kill me. He isn't the first, and he won't be the last. I'll deal with it, Peter. Listen to me, you've never faced anything like this before. He's been doing this for 1,000 years, maybe longer. Others like you have faced him before. None of them have survived. He will kill you, Peter, and I'd hate to see that happen. Give an old man the chance to do for you what you've done for others. You know what comes with great responsibility, Ezekiel? What? All that. Good night, Ezekiel. So yeah, he won't do it. And unfortunately, Morland's ready. And he's about to go hunting.
He's hungry.
Yep.
Let's bite. Bite to eat.
Yep. Scene of complete carnage. And, yep. So Peter's trying to eat a sandwich and just hang out. Nope.
Yeah, Spider-Man's fought the Hulk, but you'll see this guy is stronger.
This guy he blindsides Parker. And there he is, triggering the horrendous, like, headache-inducing, nauseating spider sense, screaming, hide, hide. And thunk.
Yeah, there's a
I
part
taste
in
blood
here.
as I hit the car. Nothing ever hit me that hard. Not the Hulk, not
There you
Thor,
go.
nobody.
Not the Hulk, not Thor has ever hit him that hard.
Yeah. And there's that fucker, Moreland. Well, that was, and for the first time, I don't have a wisecrack right at hand because nothing's funny anymore.
Beat him down like a bitch.
Oh. This is a couple of 2-page spreads that were out of order. Damn it!
It's just where he's telling him about the totem and why do you think there's so many animal-based characters and all this stuff.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Alright, so... 2, 4.
Yeah. You can't see it. He must not have a very big, because you don't really see it. It's because those jeans are... All the folds just kind of radiate out of the crotch.
Yo, what's up, Dan? How's it going, man? Welcome. This is my favorite Spider-Man run. JRGR and Staz plus the colors. I dug that shit. Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. Hey, welcome, Fanta. Thanks for listening. Sorry your eyes are bothering you. Don't fucking call it that. That's just dumb. The Peter Tingle. No, it's Spider Sense. Damn it. Insulting. Just insulting. Let's see. There we go. All right.
Yeah.
Look at this badass cover. Like, I mean, they look like they're about to drop the firest album of 2001.
Yeah, I got this issue too. Yeah, these were all great. I think I'm missing the first one and the last one. I have all the middle issues.
Right. Yeah, like I said, I was getting this in the mail as they were coming out. Like, man, getting a subscription to comics and just having them show up like every month, and just you go out to the mailbox and there's my newest issue of Spider-Man and the Fantastic Four, and then next week there's Wolverine, and after that there's X-Men. It was great.
Yeah.
So, Spidey, refusing to back down, his head's clearing. He saved the people from the fire, sort of, maybe. He's just been hit harder than he's ever been hit before. Bad guy standing there and staring at him. And he's like, you know what? I'm going to go kick this dude's ass. He hits him, and then just open palm to the chest, knocks him across the street again. And he's like, okay, I gotta... This is not working.
I like how he tells him, too. It's like, you can run. Like, now that I've touched you, I can find you anywhere you go. You can keep running. I'm just going to keep coming. I don't get tired. I don't get hurt. I just keep coming, It's like, he just tells him, I'm going to kill you. Eventually, you're going to get tired, and you're dead. So...
It's nothing personal, though. I just need to eat. Try to kill me and it's nothing personal. Bring it on, Shatterhead. Bring it on.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Some action there.
Keeps coming and coming. And yep. Just boots to the face. I love that. It's It's a fucking montage and a half, man, because it's a 2-page spread. Look at this. Like, just being knocked through building, taking chunks of, like, building and smashing it into the dude's face, and he's not even flinching. So I go where he can't. This toe-to-toe stuff is for the birds. Besides, birds eat spiders. So he just, like, you know,
climbs right up.
Yeah, chunk. With complete and utter disregard for the people below him. And he swings away. He's just really strong, really strong.
And really fast.
So am I. Yeah. Yep. And are you insane? We'll both die. No, just you. So Spider-Man saves himself as best he can, and he wrecks somebody's birthday party. And Moreland eats somebody, absorbs their life essence. Parker sees it, and that's enough to piss him off even more. Like, not to save his own hide, but to save somebody else. He goes ballistic. So that was the first time, you notice that was the first time that he hit him hard enough to stagger him back into something. Unfortunately, it was a car, which Moreland then picks up and throws at people. So, oh, this part right here. He just keeps hammering the ribs. He's beaten and bloodied.
I just love it. He's just like, I'm never gonna stop. I'm just gonna keep coming. You can't get away from me. He knows, like, I'm the baddest motherfucker there is, and I'm never gonna stop coming.
Oh man,
See, yeah, he tries to hide from him, but he's like, I told you, once I tasted your energy or whatever, you can't hide. I can always find you wherever you go.
Now that I've found you, I can always find you. Don't suppose you got a can of spinach back there, do you? Huh? Nobody watches cartoons anymore. He just smashes him into a wall. He's like, fuck it. Fine. You're Spider-Man. Act like it. With great power, great responsibility, and a great left hook.
Blows the whole place up.
Yeah, the gas is coming out, and he blows the place up. Fucking shreds Parker's back.
And there's Moreland. Didn't even phase him. No biggie.
Yeah, it did. Burned his hair off a little bit. Fresh clothes, Dex.
I need a new suit. He likes to kick ass in style.
Mm-hmm. His hair just starts growing back immediately. There's something wrong about him. Still, he has what I require, and all of it, and that is all that matters. It's all that's ever mattered. So, Parker shows up to Ezekiel's place. He's like, you know more about this Moreland than I do. I need your help. I can't. I'm sorry, but it's too late. You're going to die, and there's nothing I can do about it.
Yep. He's like, nope. Nothing. You had your chance. Tried to save you. Now you're dead.
Yep. Now you're dead. Now you're dead. I guess it's 6 issues that we're going over. Because looks like there's this one and then one more. So I guess it was a 6-issue run. All right, and again, I know everybody's seen this image.
Yeah, I've got that one too. I got a lot of these issues.
Yeah, these are.
I need to put them on
covers.
eBay.
Whoops!
I had to make some money.
There it is. That one. No, yeah, these covers were fantastic, man.
I have a couple of mine are signed too, so.
Nice.
Yeah, I like signed comics. Yeah, that was a great pose for Spider-Man there. Holy moly. I love the way he draws arms. That's what I always liked about Danger Girl was when Zero, the ninjas were fighting, and just like the way you drew the anatomy, just really just feels powerful.
Antoine says, "You can run. I'm just going to keep coming." I told that to a girl once. Didn't work out well for me. I don't think he's having as much fun as he used to, man. I'm serious. I don't think he's having nearly as much fun as he used to, and that's why the pages suffer.
Worked in the industry his whole life. Probably doesn't. He has a little bit to show for it because he was sort of famous, but not as much as he would have had if he would have worked for himself, probably, and did his own thing. And so now it's just a paycheck, and when it's just a paycheck, you don't care. It's not your thing. It's just a paycheck.
Yeah, that's true. Shelby says, "I'm back. You may resume the stream. Had to go kill ants." See, I like when a writer used Parker's intelligence. He's pretty smart. Exactly. Yes, fish tank. Yeah, Marvel used to be good.
Marvel it was my. Good, I was a Marvel kid, man, and then like in the '90s, it slowly like shifted over to DC. It was weird because DC was never known for having all the good artists and stuff, and then it just
then they started signing everybody to exclusive contracts. Their house style stayed. They still kind of have a house style as far as their art goes to a certain degree, but yeah. They took all of my favorite artists, and suddenly none of my books look cool anymore. Yeah. So, look how beat to hell he is here.
Yeah, he's hurt, a little bit hurt.
Yeah,
by the end, it's
more
just
beat to hell.
He's just wearing rags by the end.
Oh yeah. The shelter adamantium alloys, the air recycling system, the reinforced steel skin was designed to help keep Moreland from finding you. In time, he would have given up and gone elsewhere, but once he touched you, all this became irrelevant. He can find you wherever you go. You cannot run, you cannot hide. You can only fight and eventually die. That's it. I'm sorry. Swell. Just swell. What happened to we have similar powers, but I'm getting old and I want to do one last good thing with my life. I made you an offer you declined. So I mean, Ezekiel is not Parker. We see the difference here. He's not Parker. He's taking care of himself. This is the opposite side of Parker, with Parker's got with great power comes great responsibility. Ezekiel's only responsibility is to himself.
And if you read at the beginning, I believe like the original plan that got messed up because I think he liked Peter was the original plan was to go ahead and let Moreland kill Peter and get what he needed so that he would leave Ezekiel alone. The whole thing was he was trying to escape Moreland. Right. And then he liked Peter, so he actually offered Peter what he had built for himself to protect himself. Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah. You're on your own. Well, it won't be the first time.
He's so messed up.
Yeah, he's wrecked, man, and he's, I can't. I have obligations. And Ezekiel's talking to himself. He's like, I have a board of directors, shareholders, accountants, reports, and itinerary. I have to go to work now. And of course, Moreland is attacking kids because that's
weakness,
the type of
yeah. He knows Parker's gonna go help. He just attack innocents. That's all he's got to do, and he'll just keep coming. Look at the colors on that top panel.
Yeah.
Just good job. Good job. It's great.
Yeah, beautifully told scene. I love the glow, the subtle glow effects. Yep. And Moreland just tossing a kid, like the asshole that he is. And suddenly Ezekiel shows up and breaks the motherfucker's nose.
Changes his mind.
Yep.
That's the first time they've really hurt him at all. Like, there's some blood.
Just flattens that fucker against his skull. Just the way of things be. Nobody's got any class these days. Interesting. You're not pure. Not like him. But I will take you anyway. Waste not, want not. Such a pretentious shit. And they both just bounce around and just beat at him.
Another great page. Just insane.
It's a new experience relying on someone with similar powers to what I have. His instincts are the same as mine, his movements much like mine. My own. It's like fighting side by side with an older version of myself. I think my Uncle Ben would have liked it. I think they would have had a lot in common. So, basically beating on him. Tries to web him up. Of course, that doesn't work because he just rips through it. It's enough to hold a 16-ton truck. Too bad he's not a 16-ton truck. So he bounces off. Let's see. Just need one thing. But lack of pocket strikes again. He steals a couple of quarters from the dude. Hey, you're not supposed to do that. Yeah, and you're supposed to be blind. Touché.
So, yeah, this part's kind of, like, he thinks he's dead for sure. Like, he's calling Aunt May to say goodbye. It's over.
Yeah.
He's a dead man. He thinks he's a dead man, so.
He's fairly convinced that he's just going to die. Yep. And this has been going all night, you know?
Yeah, it's morning now. If you remember when it started, it was nighttime. Now it's morning.
It's nighttime, yeah. Look, you can tell the coloring right here, and it feels like early morning, you know. Can I let this one go? Can I let it be someone else's problem for just a minute so I can rest? No, I can't. But I wish I could. God, but I wish I could. So here's Morlun attacking innocents again because that's what he does. Please, scream again. I don't believe he heard you. Fucking smashes him with a fucking pole. Okay, that page was out of order.
Yeah, there's the phone call to Aunt May.
These went out of order. Damn, I hate it when it unzips like that. Shitty. Hang on. Let me try something else. Let's see if this will work. So we're on 34.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. Like, actually, it says in the story, Anton, that the Avengers are and the Fantastic Four are not. They're not
crashes.
They're not in the town, so he can't call them for help. They're on some other kind of mission. There's no one to kind of give him a hand.
Right. Let's see. One. Open with. There we go. Okay, we'll see if this one will fucking load properly. Options double click. Okay, here we go. Window. Okay. Share screen. Share that. All right, fine. There we go. However it's got to work. I don't give a shit. Hopefully this will just be in the proper order now. Nope. It's not. So somebody just completely fucked this issue. Good to know. 3, 4. Well, I'm sorry, everybody.
That's fine. We can kind of tell you what happens.
I mean, you know, they beat on it. Ezekiel shows up to try to save, you know.
Basically, Ezekiel sacrifices himself here.
Yeah.
And Moreland just like sucks him dry, and he falls into the water. And Spider-Man can't find him. And Ezekiel's like, that was a good, it was a good snack. And so he actually gives Peter Parker a break, which is every villain's fault. Because if he wouldn't have gave Peter a break here, Peter wouldn't have figured out how to defeat him.
He looks for him for 20 minutes.
And he left some of his blood there, so he could check it out. He's using the science again.
Yep. His blood is an amalgam of every kind of cell, animal, bird, human, insect, purest forms of DNA I've ever seen. That explains how he can go after me or Ezekiel or anyone else described as a totem.
No, that wasn't a flashback. And when he called Aunt May, he just got so far ahead of Moreland that he had a couple of seconds, and he decided to call Aunt May before Moreland showed up. Moreland. Whatever his name is.
Yeah, Moreland.
Moreland.
So he gets a fresh suit even though he's beat to hell. And
so what he figures out is that Moreland needs pure forms of this energy of the totems, and he's not pure. He has and you hear Moreland say that in the beginning. He's like, there's something different about it, but it's what I need. But what's different about it is the radiation that the original spider, the dose of radiation that Peter got when he got bit by that original spider.
Yep.
So now we find him at the nuclear power plant, and he's going to recreate, basically, he's going to give himself a shot of freaking radiation. So that when Moreland comes, he's going to give him a little heartburn.
Let's see. Let me make sure. And I think, hopefully, these are in the correct order this time.
I think what he's saying is that the spider may have been going to give Peter the powers no matter what.
Yeah.
The difference in his case was the radiation. Like, I don't know if it added to him or added to those powers, but it made him, it definitely gave him a little something that Moreland can't digest because he's not pure.
Some more great storytelling by J. Scott Campbell here.
Look at the toothbrush. Yeah. Good stuff.
Yep. And the silhouette. Great storytelling again. Yeah. So this right here at the beginning, you can feel Moreland approaching almost here. You know. Spider-Man's doing his thing. Things we do only because we were desperate and there's no other choice. Usually they involve the very real possibility of dying. This is one of those situations. Can't kid myself, this could kill me every bit as effectively as Moreland. If it does, at least I'll deny him the pleasure of feeding off of the spider in me. Everybody trying to stop Moreland, he's just,
killing everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, he's just going to pump himself full of radiation.
He loads up the injector and... What the hell, I've never wanted to live forever anyway. The pain is beyond description, beyond imagination. Every nerve is on fire. My heart ready to burst. I can't move, and suddenly I wonder, have I just made a terrible mistake? And again, the white panels, the white borders. Look at that.
Yep.
Yep.
And then,
I thought I heard.
Moreland comes to get a bite.
Yeah.
But he didn't like what he gets. Yeah.
Get away from me. I don't understand. Typical, isn't it? Just when you think you know someone, they surprise you. You wanted to feed on the spider in me because it was pure, right from the spider's mouth, so to speak. Just one problem. I may be many things, a snappy dresser, a good dancer, and overall a heck of a nice guy. Once you get to know me, there's one thing I'm not. I'm not pure, and boom.
Yeah, every time he hits him, he's just absorbing more and more of the radiation.
And he's explaining, you know, how the spider bit him. Whatever powers it carried, if any, all that changed with the radiation. It doesn't matter who I am or why I am or what I am. Yeah. So he's kind of basically saying they're kind of intrinsic to one another at this point. You know, there's no separating the two. You know, the spider is what he wants, but the radiation is also there. The radiation is a little bit harder to swallow. So it's basically poison food. So he's talking about how you can feel the radiation burning inside of him, but yeah, he keeps going. Ah, look, he's beating on him. That won't hurt him. The radiation is weakening him enough for my punches to get through. So he just fucking hammers him. This is a great page or panel right here.
Oh yeah.
And just
pummeling him. Bam, 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 bam.
He's turned into some kind of like scaly lizard thing. Moreland's like begging for his life now. He's like, no more, I'll give you my word. I will leave and never return. Just let me live, I beg you. Holy. Can't let him go. He gets his strength back, he'll do it again. How far are you prepared to go? He asks himself.
And he doesn't have to, because his little Igor guy comes and takes care of it for him.
I quit.
I quit. Him. And then he sings Ding Dong, the Witch is Dead at the end, too. Yeah,
shoots him right in the heart.
Turns to dust.
How old did you know? Don't you know how old I am? Don't you know how? I was just hungry, that's all. It was nothing personal. I was just hungry. So basically they both take off.
And Spider-Man lets him go.
He hurt me a lot.
Spider-Man just says, get out of here and never come back.
I hurt you 1,000 times worse than he ever did.
Yeah, they're right there.
Ding Dong, which is dead. A wicked witch. There's definitely been a meltdown, but I don't think it's exactly what you're worried about. Let's see. Hello, God. This is Peter Parker. Can I ask a favor? I know I've been your personal cat toy for the last few years. Can we not do that to me again for a while? For a real long... Not real long. I know the odds on that are about 0, but for a little while, say 50 or 60 years. I mean, that's not long in your terms, right? Just kidding. Just kidding. But I'll bet you knew that, didn't you? Just real human moments with Peter. He goes to check on Ezekiel's digs and all gone.
Yeah, Ezekiel's moved out, so he's still alive.
Yep.
The fake rubber spider and footprints on the glass.
Yeah.
There he is.
Yep. Did you hear something? Of course not. Now come, we have places to be, things to do, people to help. What was that? Nothing at all. Yeah, so every inch of his body hurts, but he's happy to be alive. And the deli and this beautiful trash and is beautiful, and the hookers are beautiful. Well, kind of. Wait a minute, is that a guy? Nut. Even you're beautiful. He's talking to the cop. So yeah, he's happy to be alive. He's just coming home. Everything hurts. You know, you've had those days where you just come home and you just drop everything on the floor and you just crash the fuck out. You know.
And then Aunt May comes in. He doesn't even hear her, and now she knows he is Spider-Man. It's a good cliffhanger ending. It's great.
Yeah. And that That is the that's where they got the spider totem. That's what changed Spider-Man fundamentally. I mean, this is where the Spider-Verse came from. That's where, you know, all that stuff spun out of. This right here. This is where it all came from. It changed Spider-Man fundamentally, you know,
Yep.
and it added to the lore. It added to the mythos. It didn't take away from it. It didn't subtract.
Yeah, it's one of the better Spider-Man runs, and yeah, it was really great.
Yeah, it was even more powerful. It added to him. Yeah, it made him it made him more than just the spider totem.
Yeah, so definitely recommend if you can find it. It's not an
Absolutely.
easy trade to find. You got to buy a lot of other stuff with it
Yeah,
to find it.
but I mean, Straczynski's entire run on Spider-Man is really good. Like the whole thing is just really well done. Like I really enjoyed the stuff that he did with Spider-Man.
Yep.
You know, so it's worth it. It's just it's a very, very thick trade, and it's very, very expensive. But highly recommend. Spidey took an energy drink.
So
Spider-Man.
I actually got to get out of here pretty soon
Yeah.
and go somewhere
So
with
we're
my
gonna-
wife. So
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this one up. Sooner immediately after JMS did the awful Gwen Osborne story. Did he? Oh God, I thought that was somebody else. I thought that was somebody that came after JMS. Anyway, we'll have to look into that. So we need to figure out what we're gonna read next week. Never read this run, so thanks for reminding me. Absolutely, man. That's what this show is all about. Maybe next. No, don't tell me that. I'm gonna have to look. All right.
no,
so,
the next issue is the black cover 9/11 issue, and then it's the run where Aunt May found out that he is Spider-Man. So she goes in, cancels her subscription to Jameson and all that stuff. So there's some good stuff after that too.
Yeah. I want to say somebody else did. I don't know. I'll have to look and see. Let's see. All right. So, what are we going to read next? Let's see. Spider-Verse. There was some fun stuff in Spider-Verse. It wasn't all great, but what? Okay. Anyway, all right. So I'll go over the list. Do you have an idea of what you want to read?
Not really. Actually, I want to do some Dawn. Some
Oh,
Windsor.
Dawn.
Yeah, whatever.
Joseph
Lindsay.
Michael Linsner. All right, shit.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm down for that. But we'll give. Let's see. We'll give something equally so we can have a poll. Let's see. What can I pick that goes along with Dawn? Damn it.
Some Plug.
I will pick the Crow.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's gonna be Dawn or the Crow.
Can you bring up an image of Dawn real quick? So they know what we're...
Dawn is just a really freaking cool comic.
Yeah, it is.
Let's see, share.
Yeah, that went too far. The spider one.
Yeah, so this is Don.
Yep.
Just he's a great painter, great artist.
Yeah.
And
Some very fun, cool stuff with Don.
And I haven't read this comic in years, so.
Yeah.
Did a lot of crossovers. Yeah, I remember getting this in Wizard. So, yeah.
Let's see. Pretty sure I have that. And then you guys all know The Crow. We're doing the first. I'm picking the first miniseries of The Crow. So.
Yeah, that's what we'll do with Dawn too. We'll find the first trade for it.
Dog's vote don't count. Yeah, it's some great stuff from Joseph Michael Linsner.
Man, his artwork was so good.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that. It's just good stuff.
Just tremendous stuff. Like you just, I don't know, you get absorbed in it and just stare at it for hours.
Yep. I think my favorite is the Wizard. Actually, I think the Wizard. The
Wizard 1/2.
Yeah, that was like the best cover right there, man. That's a great cover.
Fantastic introduction to the character.
And then sometimes he'll have her in this outfit, and then it's in there. I was gonna say there's usually a bunch of skulls in there. Yeah, and they're all hidden in her bodysuit.
Oh yeah, in her outfit. I actually have a figure of Dawn, and she's got that kind of translucent thing, and it's kind of like a clear plastic over it, and they painted the skulls and stuff on it. It's wicked cool.
Oh, that's
it's amazing.
Cool.
The job they did on that figure. That I think it's that outfit right up there, in between the black and white and the red on the right end. Other way.
Oh, this one here.
That one right there. Yeah, it's that outfit. Yeah.
Yeah.
That outfit.
Yeah. Yeah, all skulls in there.
Yep. And she's got like a rose thorny totem or something like that behind her as well. Yeah,
I can't say that I remember any of the story for the book. I just remember the artwork. Yeah. So, yeah, I look forward to reading it.
Absolutely. Yeah. This is a fantastic book. So I'm happy with either one. Brian says, I'd like the Dawn Vampirella crossover Dynamite did back in the day. Yeah.
I think he works with markers, doesn't he? Alcohol-based markers.
Oh yeah, he all kinds of traditional stuff. I'm sure there's a little bit of gouache, but yeah, it's all traditional. Yes, but all the DC Elseworld stuff is no more. It's all part of the main series now. Everybody's always using the multiverse stuff. That's what they do now. It's a crutch, unfortunately. We're neck and neck right now. 8 votes. We got 10 people watching. We got 10. Yeah.
All right.
10 people watching. So we gotta have a tiebreaker here.
Next vote wins.
Next vote wins. Who will it be? Both books are fucking fantastic and prime examples of great indie comics.
Yeah.
From the early 90s. Yeah. And coming out of that whole like scene from the 80s indie scene. Oh, looks like Crypt of Dawn wins.
Okie dokie. That's what we're reading. Good. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, man, that's gonna be great. So we need to figure out what is it? Cry Dawn is the first.
Let's see, Dawn. Comic. First run. Let's see. Cry for Dawn #1.
Okay.
1989.
1989, like I said,
9
late
issues.
80s, early 90s.
So,
9 issues?
Yep, 9 issues, Cry for Dawn. So we need to find the Cry for Dawn trade. Same company that produced Poison Elves.
Yep, Serious Entertainment. Yep, that's one of the alum that Drew Hayes was a part of. So yeah.
Yep.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for this episode. This is kind of a long one, but there was a lot to go through in those 6 issues. I appreciate everybody hanging out. So we will be back in 2 weeks reading Crypt of Dawn or Cry Dawn #1. Yeah,
lots of boobies.
Yep. hopefully YouTube won't crucify us for that one.
Yep.
All right, everybody. Thank you all so much for hanging out, and we will see you guys next time. Don't forget to go sign up for Frog G. Link is in the description. Let's see. Next week, topic list is on Jason's channel, and don't forget to join me beforehand for Flying Feline's Happy Hour Hangout, 5 p.m. on Tuesdays. And yeah. So anyway, we will see you guys next time.
Later, everyone.
Later. Where's the outro? Nope. Nope. Ah!